Hi everyone. I'm not going to talk for long. I've just been on the phone, which if I can attach the clip, I will do. I'm not in a massive chatty mood. There's things that I obviously do want to talk about, but there's a lot going on at the moment. Someone really, and I'm not going to say what they did because they seem to get off on upsetting me, but someone upset me. And obviously, if someone deliberately upsets you and then they get off on it, it says a lot about that person, doesn't it? It also says a lot when someone has to lie to get people to talk to them. And it also says a lot when that person always looks miserable but claims to be happy. If you're happy, at least tell your face, so then your face can be like, I'm happy. No. So I thought I'd say hello. I'm about to go on a dog walk. I got it to go somewhere on the way here because I know, do you know when you're like, oh, I'll go and do such and such and then I'll go and do whatever and then you forget? So I thought if I do the errand first, then at least I can't forget because I've already done it. So I'm just gonna have a little bit more to drink. I'm really thirsty. So I'm just gonna have a walk. There's things that I've planned to talk about, Rich Sambora, etc. If I come back to the car and I feel better than I do, I will. And if I don't desperately need a wee, I will. So actually, you'll know I've done this by now. I'm taking part on Random Acts of Kindness Day with Treat Box, and I've got to put out, well, we did get 5 and we got told we could keep 1. So 3 of them have already been put out, and obviously I am going to put this one out. I've got an idea where. I mean, 2 of them I knew definite for sure where they were going and they went to those places. The 3rd one I had to change for a reason, but that is out. And now I've got the 4th one and final one to do. 4th is the final one. And then I've done them, and it's in collaboration with Treatbox. A few of us got chosen to do it, and I've opened mine. I know what's in it. I will share it with you. You can buy these boxes. I think they're £9.99 including free shipping, and you can send them to someone if you want someone to know they're appreciated. It's cute little content. You don't get massive amounts, but it is really sweet. So I try to give back as much as I can. This guy literally thinks I'm talking to myself. But yeah, I always do what I can where I can, and I've done something similar to this myself, where I've just put things out little presents for people in just random places. And I do a lot of charity stuff, and I do the food bank and stuff, and I just don't talk about it all. But when this came up and I got chosen, I was just like, it made my day because I get to put 4 of these out. Because we got told immediately that there's 4, and then there was a 5th one in the box. And then I read the letter that I got. So I actually thought there was something in it different to what was actually in it. I thought, because last year they gave them out themselves and they put biscuits in, a nice biscuit, and I thought that was in it because it was the same size box, but it's something cute. Do you know what, the other day, where was I going? I was going somewhere, and there was this woman walking along the street looking like she was either shouting or singing really animatedly. And she was proper I don't want to do it because that man thinks I'm already having a nervous breakdown talking to myself in the car. She was proper looking like she was having a rave, do you know, I can't do it because he's literally there, but she was and I'm is she actually listening to music, or is she literally just in her own little world, just living her best life? Do you know what I mean? And it's things like that that make me smile, because there's some people in their own little world that don't care, and they just having a rave and maybe shouting, and they just don't care. Like, you know, someone told me who knows some of the stuff I'm going through because someone's tried to get them involved, but they know the truth. And like, this woman's so nice, and she just gave me all this advice, and it was what I needed that day. And like, as like time's gone on, more of the things she said to me are like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like, do you know, like, someone said to me the other day, like, the best thing you can do when people are like trying to upset you or stopping you from like doing things you want to do or like doing whatever is to just do it. And like, I know it's easy to like say that when like certain people scare you or people doing things to intimidate you and whatever, but like, even if you're scared, just go and do it, because then they're like, oh. And like, I've said to like people, like, do the things that scare you the most, because when you've done them, you're like, well, I've done that. Although you won't see me willingly going in a room with a spider or like a really scary person, but like, there's things like I've done that like I never thought I would do. Things like that. Like, when I met Penn and Teller, like, I decided I was 100% going to do it, even though I was like, God, what are you doing? Like, in advance, I knew I was going to definitely meet them. And I remember queuing to see them. And like, even my dad was like, when I went up by myself, he couldn't believe I actually did it. Even I couldn't believe I'd done it. But in my head, I'd been like, I was like, I'm 100% going to meet them because I'm not going to get this opportunity again, so why not? And yeah, like, I was scared to death, but I did it. I know I didn't really say much to Penn, but Teller I did. I was like, right, I've got to at least talk to Teller. Like, Penn probably thought I was a weird. I did speak to Penn, but I didn't say much. But anyway, there's loads of things that I've put myself in. Sorry, so like, a reflection was just like distracting me. But I've put myself in positions and done things that have really scared me. And there's some things that I do quite often that I'm scared of doing, and I do them even though like I'm petrified, and I wish I didn't have to like go through some of the things that I have to go through. But if something scares you, just do it, unless it's a giant spider. I'm not going to chat for long. I've suffered from continuous pain on that walk. I've had a headache, and I took painkillers about half an hour before, or 20 minutes before I come out. And then I've been down here with an horrific back pain, which I've had all day. Obviously, I'm walking the dog, and because of where the back pain is, it's constantly hurting. And then I'm in pain somewhere else, and the somewhere else pain is horrific, and it's driving me crazy. I want to go home and get some Nurofen. Whilst I've been gone, someone's literally parked bumper to bumper with me. Good job I've got reversing room is all I can say. Like, they did not know they were that close. They're about that much away from my car. I know this is like not the most interesting video. There's nothing I can do. I don't feel great. I need to get home. I didn't even do a full hour. Like, I can't even tell you what I did. It like half an hour in, I was considering coming back to the car, because half an hour into this particular walk that we did today, oh shit, I've got that on, at least I noticed, I was very close to the car. It's saying I've done 54 minutes, I actually did more because I set off at exactly past, and I got back at 27 minutes past the next hour. So I've actually done more like 57, but like I've said quite a few times before, it doesn't seem to track the first 2 to 3 minutes, sometimes longer. I think it depends on how long it takes for my heart rate to get up. I actually did more than I thought I'd do, because I did honestly think I was gonna sack it off halfway through, and then I thought do another 10 minutes, and obviously that 10 minutes has turned into another 25-ish. I've still got to go and put the shopping out and away and film it. I don't know what I'm going to have to eat tonight. I know I'm having tuna pasta one day. Oh, that's all I'm going to say, because obviously you'll see the food haul Sunday coming up for you, because this is hopefully going to go up Monday. I did have a bobble hat on. Just saw 2 huskies as was like 2 minutes from the car. They walked so nicely together. She didn't clock them, luckily. Then again, she goes really weird around huskies. Every time we've like come across them and like gone up to them, or they've come up to us, she doesn't know what to do with herself. But one of them clocked her just as we were passing. We weren't even that close, and then it was kind of trying to drag its owner to her. It might have been a boy doggy, I don't know. I mean, I weren't going to go and find out either, but I've seen them before, so I know they can walk nicely together. In fact, when she walks with a dog, she walks nicely after she gets over the initial leaping around like a furry stage. Right, I'll see if there's anything else I can put in this, but if not, this is going to be the end of this video. Like, I'm tired, I don't feel well, mentally I'm like struggling. There's a lot going on. There's a lot more than a lot of people realise. So I'm in pain. I actually feel better now I've sat down, and the pain was nothing to do with standing up. But I'm gonna go home.